I'm curious, what is the most frequent question word that you use? Who, what, when, where, why?
All right. So we only use questions to calibrate thinking in the other person's brain. To start with. Like, I'm not going to ask you a question to get information. I'm going to ask you a question to put a thought in your head. For example, when I'm working on a free upgrade to a suite in a hotel, which I work on every time, I don't get every time.
What's your success rate?
Practice.
What's your success rate?
The success rate is probably in excess of 90%.
Really?
Which is also going to be impacted by inventory.
Right. If there's no inventory, and there's really no inventory,
they can't give you a suite they don't have.
But maybe they can give you something else.
Or, they're going to look at their inventory. The first thing, do they have any suites? The second, how many nights in a row do I want a suite? Like, if I'm rolling in there, and I'm almost always late because I'm traveling.
Sure.
If they only got one suite, I'm staying one night, and it's after 6, they could give me that one suite. They can use up their inventory because I'm out in the morning. And at 6 o'clock at night, they're willing to gamble that nobody's coming in and taking it. Now, if I'm there for 3 nights, I'm not getting that suite. If that's the only one they have, because they got to leave it open. So, but I got to ask in a way that doesn't limit me to the suite.
Right.
Because I want them to feel good about the interaction, so they'll throw other stuff on the table. Like I'm in a hotel in Dallas probably about a year ago. I didn't think about it until I walked in the door. Parking lot's full of Range Rovers. I walk inside, there are no shortage of women that are dressed to the nines. Almost all of them accompanied. But I mean dressed to impress. I get up to the counter and I do the suite thing and the guy's like, yeah, we got a wedding party here. Range Rovers, expensive outfits. Are they out of suites? More than likely.
Right.
So I do the pitch. He's like, man, we got a wedding party here. They're taking all the suites. So I asked him in the morning the question, is it a ridiculous idea for you to make it up to me at the bar? Now think about the absurdity of that question.
Yeah.
Like I'm asking for something for free that I never should have had in the first place. And if you don't give it to me, now you got to make it up to me?
That's good. I like that.
That's hysterical.
That's great.
And so the guy goes, no. As a matter of fact, and he comes around the counters and he gives me like 5-6 free drink tickets at the bar. And I'm like,
That's pretty cool.
I got to leave myself in a position to get other stuff.
What's the go-to approach for anyone trying to get an upgrade?
Well, so first of all,
or a car upgrade, hotel upgrade.
It's not. You got to understand, since it's not about you, how do they see it? And so, and then like it's an emotional journey, and the journey is how it ends, not how it begins. The last impression is lasting impression. I got to take them to this great place. That's going to be 3 steps.
Give it to me.
Now, in a hotel, I'm going to be like, look, man, I'm getting ready to ruin your whole day.
That's the first thing you say.
Well, you got to give them your ID.
Right.
They got to
credit card, ID.
They got to find your reservation.
Right.
Because they're going to be distracted. They're going to be multitasking.
So they say, "Hey, you checking in?" Yeah, I'm checking in.
Find a reservation. If you got a points number, you give them the points number. You got to wait for the moment, and you go like, "I'm getting ready to ruin your day." Now, and you got to stop, and you got to wait. They tell you to go on. Now, from the hotel's perspective. Like they have seen every horrible thing you could imagine.
Oh, I'm sure.
Chaos. Do you have a goat in your bag and you want to do a satanic ritual sacrifice in a room, which we are never going to be able to get that out of the walls?
Yeah, exactly.
Like they've seen every
crazy
horrible
parties,
thing.
Animal feces, whatever it is, everything.
So when you say that, they immediately go to all this horrible stuff. Now, because you're gonna take them to a better place.
So you say first, are you ready for me to?
I'm getting ready to ruin your day.
Oh man!
And you let that sink in, and then they go, and then so now you start bringing them out of it. How are you going to seem to them if you're somebody who's asking for stuff for free? You're cheap.
Right.
You're another cheap, entitled, self-centered traveler who's demanding. And so I'm like, I'm sure. Again, it's not a denial. It's an admission. A prediction I'm sure I'm going to seem like another self-centered, unappreciative, demanding traveler who thinks the sun rises and sets on him, who wants something for nothing. Now, you no longer have a goat in your suitcase. No, ritual sacrifice is not involved. You want something for free.
Yes.
They immediately start to feel better and relieved.
Yes.
Now, because you asked me about questions. So now we get to the question to create a state of mind. The last obstacle is going to be how much trouble they're going to get into if they give me a free suite upgrade. Now, there's a colleague standing there. I've done this while the boss was standing there.
Yeah.
I've done this literally while the manager was standing next listening to this whole thing. They may need to go find a manager. So how much trouble am I going to get you in if I ask for a free upgrade to a suite? Because the last thing that's going to go through their mind that they have to reconcile before they make the move is whether or not they're going to get in any trouble. I lay this out in one hotel in New York. And there's a woman standing next, because you're almost always going to get it in front of somebody. This works in front of other employees, it works in front of customers. You don't got to be in a vacuum. And the boss jumps in and says, because you asked nicely, let me see what I could do. She starts checking the inventory.
Wow.
I want to be there for 4 nights. And she says, look, if you can guarantee me that when you check out on Friday, you're out of here before 10 o'clock in the morning, I got an upgrade for you, but I got late checkout problems on Friday morning. You cannot have a late checkout.
Wow.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll come down in my pajamas if I got to get out of there in time.
Right. Wow. Okay, so the 3 steps is I'm getting ready to ruin your day. Some type of approach of...
Because what are you getting ready to do? You're getting ready to give them something negative.
Yes. And the second one is acknowledging that you're coming across as another greedy, demanding customer that expects the world to open up for them and have something for free. And then the third one is, tell me the third step again.
Question, how much trouble am I going to get you in if I ask you a free upgrade to a suite? Now, and this emotional journey, and really, the point is always leaving people better than you found them. And, they've been through a lot. Like, they want to help you. If they would love to help you, the first thing is, do you appreciate what it is for them? Like this poor schmuck behind the counter. He's getting yelled at by everybody.
Everyone.
And everybody's going for a free upgrade. And, I had a friend of mine who had this really entertaining one, but the success rate was really low. He's telling me, he says, you mean to tell me if the President of the United States wasn't coming in here tonight, you wouldn't have a suite? And the clerk says, of course we would. So, well, President ain't coming. Give it to me.
Right.
That's really entertaining. But it left the guy resentful. Like one hotel I'm in, where I get the upgrade for several nights, an hour after I check into the room, my plans change dramatically. I got to check out the following morning. I'm not staying 2 nights. Now, by and large, they are completely entitled, based on the terms of the contract, to charge me for the second night.
Right.
I've agreed to that. I go down the next morning and I said, look, I am so sorry. This is my problem. This is not your problem. Because it was my problem. And if I asked to check out without getting charged, their first reaction was like, look, dude, that's your problem. Bad planning on your part is not constitute an emergency for me.
Yeah, we're a business. We got stuff to do too.
You screwed up. Why should we pay? So that's what they're going to think. So they're going to think it's my problem. So I've left them with really positive residue from the day before because they felt great about helping me out. And I said, look, I'm sorry, it's my problem. I go, no, what is it? What is it? What is it? I go, my plans have changed. I got to check out. I got to go home. And I'm like, oh, no worries. We'll get you out of here. What can we do? I mean, leaving, because even after the deal, you always need some sort of collaboration from somebody. You're going to need something. It doesn't matter what it is. And even if you don't need something, you want them to feel like they helped you, they felt good about helping you.
Right.
The hotel staff, they realized that you could give them a great social media review as a result, which is going to be really good for their business. They don't want to get clobbered over the head. They don't want to say, well, I'm an influencer, and if you give me a free upgrade, I will broadcast it to all of my 75 followers on Instagram that this is a great hotel. Like everybody thinks they're an influencer.
Yeah.
Well, they want that, they just don't want to get clubbed with it. So if they liked helping you just because something about the interaction, instead of making them feel uneasy, made them feel like they collaborated with another human being that saw their challenges, then all that other stuff that you want to use as primary is now great fringe benefits, social media, commentary.
Yes.
I'm going to put a video on my Instagram about how cool the room is, or how great the view is, or I'm in downtown Detroit and how revitalized downtown Detroit is, and this phenomenal hotel suite that I'm in, that I'm like, I'll move in here. This is so nice. So I'll put that out there. But I don't want to use it against them. I don't want to leverage it against them. I want them to feel like I did it because I wanted to, and because it was mutual gain.
Yeah. What would you say then are the three biggest mistakes you see a lot of people doing in negotiations?
Trying to club somebody with their leverage. Explaining. I got to go first. I got to set an anchor out. This anchoring on price or terms is just such a bad idea, and so many people love to do it.
Can you give me an example of what that means?
Like if I know I want to pay $100, and I'm saying, look, the best I can do is like 25. You go this out on the open market. I want to pay 100, and I want you to work me up there. The real problem with extreme anchoring from the beginning, I think all seasoned negotiators have learned, it drives deals from the table. Like, I don't want to miss out a deal because my extreme anchor on the price or the terms at the beginning was so extreme that you're like, I can never come close to this. When we should have made the deal. We should have figured out a way to work it out. Price doesn't break deals, doesn't make deals, it breaks them. You don't make a great deal based on price. You can break a deal on price.
If you try to undercut extremes.
Right. Somebody's going to get mad, they're going to walk away. You're going to get heck with you. You insult me with that offer? And they just don't realize how many deals they drive away from the table.
Interesting.
Now, the confidence that you spoke about a moment ago, the way you lived it, and what you said, it wasn't confidence, it was confidence in connecting. And that's the critical point.
With people.
With people. Connecting with somebody. And the desire to connect with them.